Shalom, 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 shalom. It's the camp at GMS Cleveland coming at you with another camp. Lord willing, this be an edifying camp. But before we start, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto YAHWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. The body to our elder apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone, the truth, and who will, the Dr. Shalom, to the hopeful elect. All right, we're going to get straight into props and things to come. Because why the Lord set us up to be watchmen, to watch over Israelites, man. All right, brother, want to get I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 17. It says, "Also I set watchmen over you." All right, out here on the prophesying and crying out to Israelites, man. All right, giving you the warning to take heed, to watch out for the things to come. Like I said, it's nothing but straight prophecy. What is that? 2 9. You know. It says, verse 17 to give them the top. It says, "Also I said watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken." The sound of the trumpet. Our voice is coming out here and declaring the warning. All right, the signs and the times to come. All right, these tokens that the Lord is bringing to pass. All right, with what you want to get out the way before what it devours. Right. You keep reading. Come. It says, "Therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them." Right, Israelites, man. Here, also speaking to heathens too, man. Because we got to come out here and prophesy to y'all, man. It's about that Isaiah the 13th chapter. But brother want to grab that 640. Brother grab Ezekiel 7 and 14. 7 14.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 40. "Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle."
Right. I think it's going to pass. You got Jacob Stubbs. You got that martial law. You got that Esau coming down and also, the time you got to stand to a test, which is what? The MOTV, man. All right, these times are coming.
It says, "And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
So you got what you gonna do? What's this? Gonna follow after the society? All right, it's gonna or it's gonna take heed to the prophets and come out here and do what the Lord proclaimed. Because what we're gonna be out in the wilderness, outside, man. We ain't gonna be a part of the society. Have to take that seat. You're gonna have to be what? I mean, if you don't take the seat, you're gonna be what? Next out of society. You ain't gonna be able to take part in this man's leadership, man, which is all going down.
Right, it's a dead end. Like you said, it's a dead end. But like you said, we ain't gonna be able to partake in his system. Why? Because everything's connected to the grid. If I don't have the thing that connects me to the grid, how can I move in society? You know what I'm saying? How can I maneuver in society? I can't. See? That's what fuck up, Bob.
That's why the scripture said, "Be pilgrims." You're gonna go from spot to spot, right? You're not submitting to this system, right? So eventually we're gonna have to go from spot to spot. We're gonna have to move from here to there, man.
Yeah, 7,000 men. That's not going to put that ball down the leader fall off. Which is 7,000 going into the completion. Which is ultimately what they elect.
Yeah, that you said that pilgrim, when you go to that word, it goes into a traveler. You hear me out? It goes to a traveler. To a holy place.
So you want the definition for that word?
No, I mean, go ahead. I'm about to show you. Yeah, I got it right here.
Got it.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 14. "They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but not."
We want the trumpet to make all ready. But what, like I said, bringing out this warning. We're coming out doing lessons. We prophesy day in and day night. We got brothers doing lessons. All day, man, giving you this warning, blowing the trumpet. All right, trying to make you ready for this battle, but you got what, man? That's gonna come here.
It says, "But none go into the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof."
Right. So the wrath. All right. The Lord's indignation. All right. The word of the Lord coming upon you, but the missiles end up raining upon you. Ultimately, what Revelation 16:2 tells us about you going to be going to be unalive. All right, it's going to turn into
Verse 15, Ezekiel 7 and 15, the sword is without, the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. He that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
all right. It's going to be straight judgment, man. All right, the Lord is sending you to the ways of judges. It's like it speaks about in Jeremiah 15 and 3. All right, bring that back.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Right. But once we construction, like I said, when people start coming in, so Jacob's trouble, I mean, it's prevented pestilence. All throughout either news, fake news, social media, or whatever, they're saying it's a new disease or whatever that's coming out, right? But that's what the Lord is about to say to the Israelites to be a wicked one.
This is Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people.
Right? Righteous man. Right? Still, that the Lord is about to tell Jeremiah what's about to be the upcoming judgment or punishment that the wicked Israelites are going to receive.
Yeah. It says, Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass that they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, Thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death.
All right, this is what we're coming to tell y'all. All right, if y'all don't turn and repent, all right, get right with the glory y'all about you outside, these things is going to come upon you with wrath. It's indignation. It's righteous judgment.
And such as for the famine to the famine. And such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
It's going to be famines out here, man. All right, you got and with the famines just mean a lack of scarcity or a shortage of. It's still going to be cities or little towns that have little bits of food. All right, but once them trucks and all that, once trucks and all that stock, it's going to be what? Shortage of food in these stores. I wish we going to have trash. Traveling around your hospital to what? People breaking in your house with the store.
That captivity is a concentration camp.
Captivity is the concentration camp. So the people that you are lining up.
Now, verse 4, read, it says that I will call, it says that I will, verse 3, it says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. This is Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay.
That spirits created for vengeance against the Israelites at the time of the we're coming into these times. We're coming into fulfillment of your administration, which is needed.
It says, and the dogs shall tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Right. Ultimately, what? It's also similar to the beasts with these nations that's going to come upon. And also, he is going to have the wild animals. We're going to send wild animals to attack with the jets, man.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
So all these things that come, like what's the scripture that say, Zephaniah, every morning, the judgment shall light. All right, the Lord is like putting the spirit, either it could be on a fucking dog or a person to commit some type of that the Lord wanted to do without one.
And if I could add to you, because last night in our city, downtown Cleveland, you had a lot of festivities going on, to the point where my stepmom had to leave work early. They sent her home early, because of all the traffic and all of the fucking people down there. But the point being is that with all of them spirits down there gathering for bread and circus, that's going to allow for the Lord to judge, man. And that's exactly what happened the next morning, literally the next morning, which would be this morning. You know, we got something called the Cleveland Members page in the city, whoever that person is, but motherfucker, somebody got person got crashed up in a 3-person accident, and then it was all type of little side shit going on at the game, little scuffles, people having scuffles, straight judgment, man. There's Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Just like the Lord did in the first, second of the 16th, second of the 6th, well, not second of the Psalms, I think 17 to 49. It's like when the Lord sent evil anger, right? Yeah. But basically, the Lord is going to end the wrath of these spirits that He created to bring forth vengeance, man. The brother Amawam wanted me to bring it back. It's Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. It says spirits created for vengeance, man. Vengeance is paying someone back. All right. Vengeance is a recompense. All right. Vengeance is a just due, man. All right. Bring it back in. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. It said, appease. This satisfies the Lord, man. All right. These spirits created for vengeance that's in these animals, right? These mammals, right? These niggas, right? This satisfies the Lord, man. All right. It's the. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I got the word appease. In the etymology, the word appease in the etymology, it says to pacify, to make peace, to appease, be reconciled, placate, bring to peace.
And that's what these spirits do, man. Right? When the Lord gives them the okay, it says, bring that portion back. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. Toward the last. It said, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. In the time of their destruction, when the Lord gives these spirits the green light, man, when he gives them the okay to destroy this nigga or destroy this woman or destroy this heathen, man. All right. Right. Because Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, talks about how the Lord not going to spare a woman, child, man, young, old, you know. So the Lord's going to give everybody the judgment that they deserve according to their ways, the fruits of their doings. You reap what you sow. Yeah, if I could add real quick, that's a beautiful point in that definition of peace. One of the words they used was peace, because ultimately that's what it do. When the Lord's judgment come on the earth, it's so that peace can continue on the earth. Really, because when judgment comes, I mean wickedness, it was a disruption in peace, like it was an error in the earth. So if the judgment has to come, judgment, you know, man being alive and so forth. When he's moved out the way, life can continue. Life is peace. See what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
When you read throughout the law, you read the different judgments, you know, for whatever law you broke. It was the Lord will always say so that you can put the evil out from among you. As long as wickedness is taking place among you, it'll never be peace. You know, it's always going to be demons roaming around. It's always going to be abominable acts and wickedness. So the Lord got to bring the judgment to put out that evil. Because that's how you make peace.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 29. Fire and hell, famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. About to soon come. They should sing it. You know, because you already seen what happened in Colorado. You still got immigrants coming in and out. So soon, you know, just about to see how everything just pan out. But like I said, you got fire and hail and famine and death. Right, that's what's all about to come if you don't turn back to the word of death. It's about second chapter. It's like 20, I mean, yeah, like 6,020 and 6 like it speaks about judgment from the entire this is the carries lasting wicked Israelites away, man. But it is like
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, and verse 6. But the sons of Belial
wicked of our people.
shall be all of them as thorns thrust away.
Right? Brother grab Hebrews 6 and 8. All right, this is why this will Lord has a guard. Isaiah 5:6 it says that this was the Lord's garden, all right? All right, but the ones that bears thorns are thistles are also what the wicked ones that's not going to turn back and repent. Right? Like we were talking about, the ones that got to be put away because of what they put, the evil they set in this society. All right, especially amongst us. You know, you got the higher ups are people, you know, promoting the wickedness throughout social media. You know, but
God. 2 Samuel 23 and 6. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 8. But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected.
third, y'all not going back in the kingdom. All right. And if I can add too, because they talk about the sons of Belial, those sons of Belial, you had them doing all type of alphabet gang acts, you know, sacrificing unto Baal, sacrificing unto, you know, Balaam, right? And eating defiled foods. It's mainly who had the tribe of Benjamin doing that shit, man. You know, that was caught up in all of that Baal worship. Now the modern day Baal is Esau, man. Esau and his technology. And now 2/3 of our people have went out of their way to worship Esau and his technology, which is this beast system, the modern day Baal, man. So lucky. Continuing on Hebrews chapter 6, verse 8, it says, But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Spirits of creative position. Right? Because when those missiles come over there, man, if you say the Lord is a consuming fire, that's a yeah, the Lord got spirits creative for things, man. Find wicked. But
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, and verse 6. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hand.
they ain't about to come up to the camps and try to get their minds new about the life, what about the word. They're not about to log onto YouTube and start watching videos. All right.
Verse 7. But the man that shall touch them must be fixed with iron, and the staff of spears, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place.
Burn the fire in the same place. And the Lord's going to lead you here. And this is speak about Ezekiel 20:22. I don't want to get up there and do that. Like I know they're going into that staff of steel. Going into, I believe in.
This is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 22. It says, Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and
Ezekiel 20:22.
20. Like Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 20. And it reads, As they gather silver and brass and iron.
Like it started verse 19.
Ezekiel 22 and 19. It says, Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye are all become dross. Behold, therefore I will gather you in the midst of Jerusalem.
Talks about how the gold came down. All right. us losing the ways and going after these other gods and following after these heathens. All right, that's why we fell away into these dumb idols. All right, made us into a Gentile mindset.
Because when you read in Hebrews, the 6th chapter, it talks about how they was rejected. Going to the word rejected, the Greek word is the dakimos, which that's the same word for reprobate. And when you read in the Old Testament, it tell you how our people became as reprobate silver. Why? Because they was doing the things that the heathen was doing, which is nothing precious, and following after the ways the Ammon eating goddamn squid and so on and so forth. You know, there's nothing precious, there's nothing valuable in following the ways of the heathen. So that's why the Lord said you are become as corrupt.
How you gonna be refined? By going through this spiritual fire. So us being the word, man. Psalms 12:6. All right, that's that pure word.
Because that's for the elect. Spiritual, the tribulation, the chastisement is for the elect to be refined. Look at our people, they're not gonna be refined through those different tribulations. So they're gonna have to be refined through the literal fire. It's about to read. You got it.
This is verse 22. It says, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you.
Right. They got the metal she just said was a 10. So I can go back. You read that.
This verse 22. It says, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof.
So like you read verse 2?
Yeah, come. God, I'll just bring it back. This is Ezekiel 22:20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it to melt it.
The Lord is going to try you and see what manner of work you are, you know. But ultimately, the ones that's going to be left here reflect the judgment.
So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt.
Right, the Lord is going to be here and looks for that. All right, when the time of the judgment comes, all right, for America to be destroyed, all right, when all these missiles are going to be sent forth from these nations that's going to be set in a race, talking about Jeremiah 50 or 51, all right, you're going to be left here, it's going to be building. Talk about how your eyes is going to be building in the sockets, in the holes. Your tongue is going to melt. All right. So knowing all these things that's about to happen, what manner of men are you to be in all holy conversation?
This is verse 22. It says, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you.
Right. That's the fury of the Lord, man. Because when the Lord called, he sent out his prophets to what? Give you warning to get out the way of this judgment. What you do? Refuse, man. Brother one grab Zechariah 7, 11, 7. Right, they pulled away the shoulder. You know?
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 7, and verse 11. It says, I'm sorry, verse 9. It says, thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. But they do the completely opposite of that. Because they say, oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, nor the stranger, nor the poor, which that as a whole will be the nation of Israel. You know, we the fatherless, we the widow, we the poor, we the stranger. But yet Jacob's out here oppressing each other. When you teach another Israelite about black culture, or whether it be Puerto Rican culture, teaching them to run up the bag, to be a street nigga, that's you oppressing them. That's you pressing down and keeping them away from the ways of YAHWASHI. But the Lord said, don't do that.
On that, Micah 3, the heads of the leaders of the Israel, course of Israel bound in a low state.
And it also said, let none of you imagine evil against his brother in his heart. Well, you know, that's like the biggest thing that they do. You hear that all the rap music, niggas making diss songs and so on and so forth. That's them imagining evil against the next Israelite. But it says in verse 11, but they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear.
They just stopped their ears from awesomeness. what is the prayer that David has said? I make the minds of these, but make the table be a snare at them. All right, for them not to be able to receive it. You know? To bring that back sometime.
Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 11, but they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear.
Right. They don't want to hear this message. All right. They love people. What's the scripture that say they love darkness rather than light. As the scriptures say. They want to stay in Esau's imagination and this wicked ass society of foolishness. But we seek in a kingdom to come. It's about like 13 or 14. So, all right, this First John chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "And hereby we know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him." All right, so to know somebody means to be acquainted. And how do we become acquainted with our Father and our Messiah? Is by keeping the things that pleases him, man, to the best of our ability. Knowing the things that displeases the Lord, knowing the things that pleases the Lord, all right, and striving to do the things that pleases the Lord. That's how we become acquainted with the Heavenly Father, take on the same mind, right, and walk in the same ways as YAHWASHI. But our people claim that they know the Lord, right? They know, oh, I know who Moses is in the Bible, I know who these different, but they don't know the reputation that these men held. They don't know the things that they had to go through in order to stand for Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, man. Your brother gonna grab Proverbs 1. I also got that John 3 that's just spoken. Read that. It said that. I'm gonna read it. John chapter 3 and I start at verse 18. Says, "He that believeth on him is not condemned. He that believeth not is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High." And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. They love, like I said, they love this society. Right? They love to feel the lust of their flesh. Right? That's all we saw once. Israel to do. All right, by what? By why? That's what keeps Israel at a low state, right? That's what, when they think the Lord. I mean, that's what Esau think the Lord is not going to deal with Israel. Just thinks about it. We not following after the Lord, then the nation can overtake us. So Esau, knowing that we keep us down and going on, as the scripture says, accused of his brother. If he's able to keep us down, then they can stay up. But ultimately, what the Lord is lifting up his man to bring down his kingdom. And the witchcraft is so heavy that at the same time, Esau got Jake thinking that they serving the Lord just because they be wicked 6 days out the week. Then on Sunday, they go in front of Pastor Pork Chop, they pay tithes and so on and so forth, and they think the Lord is dealing with them. But the whole time, that's not how you truly serve the Lord. So our people is conditioned to think they serving the Lord when they really not. And now the Lord has risen up his prophets to show you how to truly serve the Lord, and they don't want to come into it because I'd rather be a nigga 6 days out the week than I'll just pay tithes on Sunday. They rather do that than come into the truth.
We're at the stumbling block of today. You know what I'm saying? That they can't pick up on the vibration of YAHWAH. The vibration that the vibration that all of Israel is supposed to be under. You got it. Matter of fact, I got that Proverbs 1 and 20. You can see that some more on that. Go ahead, shout it out.
It says, John 3 and 20, "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds shall be reproved."
Because see, they want to hide the shit that they doing. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you do shit. Yeah, that's when most motherfuckers do shit at night. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be rape, rob, or murder. They do it where they can't be seen, or where they can hide, or they can conceal what their evil deeds. You know what I'm saying? They say they hate of light. Proverbs 8:32 tell you what, all they that hate me love them. Because how do you show, if the only way you can show you how you love them is by keeping the commandments, then how you think you show the Most High you hate them? By not doing things you find written in the scriptures.
That's why I say, that's why scriptures call niggas a liar. The truth is not in them, man. Niggas, they profess but they claim to love the Lord,
Yep.
and they show the Lord praise with their mouth,
Yep.
right? Indirectly, because they're really worshiping the whole another deity.
Yep.
But in their heart, man, it's far from the heaven. Their minds is not fixated on repenting. These niggas, a nigga modern day a nigga just walk past his mind out on the heavenly Father, bro. He's not thinking about, damn, is the Lord, is the Lord pleased with what I'm doing? My life that I'm living, is the Lord really pleased with that?
When we tell them that, they don't want to accept what we said. That's why I said, lest their deeds should be reproved, meaning the things that they was doing, they're gonna have to change it.
Yep.
Niggas don't want to change, they stuck in their ways.
That's right. Hear from me.
I can't hear you, Art.
It says the scriptures talk about how the conscience are feared with a high fire.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 4. In whom the God of this world have...
Start at verse 3.
Yep.
Well, 3. 2 Corinthians 4.
You got it.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Right. Right. Talking about our people. Right. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who don't want to come into this fold, don't believe on these names, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, right? Who don't believe that you're Israelites, right? Who don't believe that Esau, Edom is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? Who don't believe that you're not supposed to take part in these pagan holidays, man, right? You got niggas out here still celebrating Halloween, man, right? Getting ready for Thanksgiving, right?
And I show you that they lost. You go into the word lost, it basically means that they meant to be destroyed. Because the gospel, it translates to what? The good news. The good news is that our people about to be free from this oppressive state. They're not about to be forced and conditioned to worship the same, because these different Thanksgivings and different holidays, it's the time that the self-proclaimed white man and the other heathens, they conquered us. Jake has been conditioned to celebrate these ways. But we tell them it's going to come to a point where our actual high holy days written within the scriptures is going to be celebrated. It's coming to a point where you ain't going to have to worry about working goddamn 80 hours a week just to live paycheck to paycheck. But Jake don't want to hear that good news. Why? Because they lost.
It say, none of them are lost, but the son of perdition. They come in that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Our people, like Judas, you know what I'm saying? Just self-will, trying to get the bag, trying to, we understand the ultimate reason why what was going on, but just to add to the point, you know what I'm saying? Because we go into that word perdition, it goes into destruction.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So these people move in that mindset. They mentally destroyed. They lost, man. And that's their ultimate goal: self-production, self-prosperity, self-will. They would you say? Right? They self-worship, man. And that's what Esau is. He's a self-worship, and he taught the people how to walk in his mindset. But y'all got it.
And if I can add to it, that's beautiful point of brother making. Because when you, like brother said, it's the good news. So when you try to tell them the good news, when you try to tell them the things that come from the scripture, when you try to tell them the things that they so-called swear that they believe in, and you show them the things that's in the scripture, they buck up against you like something wrong with you. They scoff you, they mock you like something wrong with you because you don't celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You don't celebrate the shit that they celebrate. Or go ahead, huh?
I'm saying, and not just with their wicked ass left-handed holy days, but also with the agenda that they pushing. They push for you to submit to your woman, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah,
You tell a nigga it's gonna come to a point where his woman gonna do everything he tell her to, and she not gonna woke up against him. And on top of that, he gonna have numbers. He gonna have thousands, millions of wives. The nigga not gonna want to hear that. No, I'm faithful to my. I'm faithful.
Right.
Oh, that's great information, nigga. So if that's not what's taking place now, that means I'm in captivity. That's ultimately what that means. That means I don't have the liberty that I think I have. If you telling me that's how it's supposed to be, that mean, and if it's not like that, that means something's wrong here. And that's what the good news is also covers as well in Isaiah 61. About the liberty to the captives. You know what I'm saying? The freedom to the captives, bro. Niggas is in shackles, bro, mentally, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's keeping the right vibrations from actually manifesting in their lives, bro.
That's right. And that's beautiful too, because the scripture say what? Like you show you that they ain't in the right spirit or the right mindset, because the scripture say the captive exile hasten to be loose. So meaning these motherfuckers comfortable here. This is where they want to be. Don't tell me I got to leave this kingdom and my master and the place that I love so much is gonna be destroyed with my American dream.
This is the book. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 4. In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
You tell a nigga he gonna have multiple wives. You tell him he gonna be able to live forever. You tell him he gonna have power over the different heathens that walk past him every day and oppress him over the fucking so-called Arab, the so-called East Indian, the so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese. You tell him he gonna have power to beat them into subjection. Nigga not gonna want to hear that. Why? Because the God of this world, who is a spiritual demon Satan, whose physical counterpart is Esau Edom, known today the self-proclaimed white man, has conditioned them to be blind to that reality. Because that's about to be a reality for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man in the near future. But our people don't want to hear that because they've been blinded. They want to follow the black culture. They want a happy wife, happy life. I'm gonna run up. So all these bugged out ass ways of death, because they're not ways of life. All these bugged out ass ways of death our people follow after is because they blinded through the left hand energy that's being pushed out by the rulers.
They want to be a slave. That's why the scriptures say in Jeremiah is Israel a servant, man. Jake want to stay a fucking slave, man. All right, finishing this out, 2 Corinthians 4, in the latter half of 4, it says, least the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach.
Like you said, this is a glorious thing. This is a beautiful thing that we telling our people.
Come on, man.
We telling them they are Israelites, okay, which goes back to the Hebrew Yashar Allah, okay, the Hebrew translation of Israel, which means what? He is a prince of the power. Who is the most high power? The Heavenly Father, those only begotten Son. So we telling our people they have inheritance with the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son. But they blinded to that. They can't hear that beautiful message. They can't understand. They hear it, but they don't understand, like the scripture say.
Yeah, because ultimately, if they do that, if they adhere to the words of YAHWASHI, then it means they got the straight, like Peter did. He straightway, gave up his life to follow after YAHWASHI. It means they straightway got to leave that American dream. Damn, you telling me I got them accumulated all these millions, or I got the bag and all these nice clothes and this car and these shoes. I got to give all up. I got to give all this up to serve YAHWASHI. Right. Be found right in this sight. Hell no, you crazy.
Yeah, because they had just got to that point. They might have had just got that shit, and then the truth would come across their face. Like, damn, hold on, I got to give it up. They got worked all hard to get this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand the concept that these things are temporal. Yeah. It has a dead end. Right. So everything invested in this society and gained in this society, it has an ending to it. Yeah. It's attached to the man who's ruling. He has an ending. So the things that you obtained in this life was by the means of his rulership. Yep. So once he go out the way, this goes too. It's talk about in Peter that the elements should burn with fervent heat. Right. This is a part of those elements, bro. These things has a dead end. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You don't give them up. I gotta share. I gotta distribute to other men.
Bro, real talk. And see, and that's another thing. What's going on is that everybody, I often say it, we're gonna bring it out again, that everybody is ultimately trying to obtain what we're telling them they're about to attain. Everybody, why you think niggas work out and eat healthy? Because they want to live longer. Why you think niggas read and study? Because they want to become smarter and wiser. Why you think niggas do the things they do in the work? Because they're and this is what we're doing. We're gaining all this in one with the truth. You see? So it's so bugged out that these niggas is doing the same thing we're doing, just not the right way, man. We're telling you everything that you're doing right here. Here's the answer right here, bro. This is how you gain immortality, that you can live longer. This is how you gain wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And so forth, man. It's right here, man. Go ahead, Doc. That's it, bugged out, man.
Chapter 12, verse 15 says, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. That's what people do today. They covet everything that's promoted in resources. That's right. They want to, that's what makes them want to be here and stay here. And the Lord got a law against covetousness. Why did the Lord make a law against covetousness? Because covetousness will lead to murder. Covetousness will lead to adultery. It will lead to other things that break the law, man.
Covetousness, when you go into it, it actually goes back to being greedy. Because that's when you want something that somebody else got. You already got your own shit. Why you want what he got?
Yeah.
Because your ass being greedy.
Yo, the It's like the scriptures say, what it's talk about, like be sufficient.
Yep.
Meaning, what they have, roughly paraphrasing, like supposed to be grateful with the portion that you have. If people learn that mindset to be thankful for their portion, covetousness don't creep in. That spirit don't creep in. I'm good with the portion that I got. It's gonna get me exactly what I need. People think they need more than they actually have. No, you got exactly what you need to move on to the next phase or wherever. You know?
Because that shit destroy you too. That shit fucking destroy you. You could be looking on somebody else and what they got and wanting it and desiring it, but once you get it, you can't handle it. The shit fuck around and destroy
Exactly,
you,
bro.
because it's not needful for your spirit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gives every man according to his measure. He gives them what's going to sustain them. Because what sustain you might not sustain me. And what sustain me might not sustain you.
That's beautiful, because ultimately at the end of the day, nigga gonna still continue to want. Say he covered after Bill Gates, right? Or whatever, all the things he got, the money, the houses, the whatever, the knowledge, whatever they say. Once he get that nigga still gonna want more. It's gonna be something that is gonna be somebody's above Bill Gates, like Warren Buffett. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be in this society. It's more on top of it. So when you get that, a nigga still gonna want more. So that's why it's a never-ending cycle when you have that spirit of covetousness on you, because you're gonna continue to want more. Once I get this, okay, now I want this. No, bro, and then you going out your way to get it.
Go ahead, real quick, and I get to the brother real quick. So, and I thought it was so humble because the dude Justin Jefferson, he played for the Minnesota Vikings, wide receiver. They just gave him like a big bag, multi-million-dollar contract, and they asked him, like, how do you got all this money but you only still live in an apartment? And what he said, I ain't got a wife, I don't have children. He said, and I didn't come from a big house or a big home. He was like, this is all I need. And I was like, damn, that's mighty. You feel what I'm saying? Because the moment a motherfucker come out of projects, coming from these low-income backgrounds that we come from, the first thing that Jay do once they get a little money, they want to move in the goddamn a whitewashed neighborhood to where these niggas don't even want you at. And you occupying space that you don't even fucking need. It's just to keep up with the Joneses, or to keep up with society, or to be, what he said, trimming our ways to seek love. You know what I'm saying? You trimming all your ways just to get the love of a motherfucker that don't really give a fuck of love.
Like you said, that space is needed for children, for your like your family. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm staying like in a box there, that means that like he got the right mind on him, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, sufficient. He understands what's sufficient for him, what's enough. You know what I'm saying? To get him through the next day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Doc.
This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
It said vanity and lies. Vanity means vain, something that's worthless. It's worthless for one person to have 10 different cars in the garage. The nigga not about to drive all 10 of them cars.
Come on, man.
And that's what majority of these rappers do. To have all these different
money, period.
Yep, money, period. Because they got all these different resources, if you will. They got all these fucking houses, all these clothes. They can't even live in all these houses. They can't even wear all these clothes. But yet they have these things, and that's what caused them to put the Lord off. You read that again, Bible John?
Proverbs 30 and 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Verse 9. Oh, let me. John, it says here. Somebody read it for me. Sorry.
I'll read them.
This is Proverbs 30 and 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Right. Ultimately, all these things is vanity, man. All this shit is vanity, man. Right? So the young brother who had all that money and who he stayed in that little single apartment, right? That showed wisdom, man. Okay? That showed wisdom, because a lot of people have millions of dollars, man. Big ass houses with hundreds of rooms, all these cars, and it's only them.
We might get Matthew 19.
And it's only them, man. Right? We don't need that. Hey, we're going to get that shit on the other side, man. All right? Read the next verse.
Verse 9, it says, least I be full and deny thee.
Right.
Let's get to the point with the young man.
It says, least I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? or at least I'll be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain.
Hey, we don't want to have too much, okay, that we think that we did it by ourselves. We don't want to have too much that we get proud, man. All right, we don't want to have too much to where we forget that the Lord gave it to us, man. All right, and we don't want to have too little that we start looking at the Lord fucked up, man. All right.
Yeah, that's what Esau did.
Yeah.
The Lord allowed Esau to gain more than he can uphold. And now, like it says in Psalms 50, I think that's Psalms 50. But now he think that the Lord is with him. Like he think, and then he think he did it himself. Like he like, you know what I'm saying? He understand that you know what I'm saying, what's taking place. And then as time goes on, he have children, then they have children, then he teach them certain ways, and now to the point that he think he accomplished all this by himself. Yep. The weakest nigga on the planet, the Edomite, he think he gained this whole world by himself, bro.
Right.
Go ahead,
I got a precept. This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. When you read it in the NLT, it says, I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. So Paul, that's what Paul was telling you. I know how to abase and I know how to abound. I mean, I know how to be low. And I've been like, I've been high and I've been low, but I know how to live in both conditions. You feel what I'm saying? But I'd rather be somewhere in the middle, you feel me? Not too high, not too low. You feel what I'm saying? But content with everything that I need or that the Most High gives me. Time. Yes, sir.
And that show you a true king, a true judge.
That's right.
You know that you know how to act in whatever situation that he is in, whatever state he is in. Because that's what happened in this truth. The Lord will lift you up and he'll bring you down. So that when you do get lifted up, you know how to act according to the scriptures. And when you do get brought down, you know how to act according to the scriptures.
What shows you a man's what? It shows you a man's faith and also his integrity. Because meaning like, damn, he like this when he got it, and he like this when he ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no proud motherfucker when he got everything, and damn, he ain't no grimy motherfucker when he ain't got shit. That's a man of the Lord, win, lose, or draw.
Hey, that's because remember Paul, he was a Pharisee. You know what I'm saying? So that means he had money.
Right.
You know, he had he had the wealth. You know what I'm saying? So he's seen both sides of the spectrum.
That's right.
His spirit was still pure. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all going into, his spirit was still pure with that, regardless of his status.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we brothers can attest. We got brothers who've been in these different avenues of money, touching money, as they say in this society. Brothers coming out of all walks of life, man. That's in the ministry, the different churches around the world, and they can attest to it. Like shit, bro. They, you know, because the reason why the Lord gifted them, remember, it's a gift. Faith is a gift. He gifted them with the spirit because their spirit was pure. Even when they was like that, they was just moving according to what they thought was the right way. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead,
And this live verse, Philippians 4 and 12 in the NLT.
Yep.
It says, I have learned the secret of living in every situation.
Woo, that's it. I have learned the secret. You know what I'm saying? I have learned the secret. And read it again.
John, mid verse, Philippians 4 and 12. I have learned the secret of living in every situation.
The secret is the Lord, man.
Yep.
The secret is the spirit of the Lord.
I got you out.
You see? Yep. Go ahead.
Watch it finish out. It says, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little, for I can do everything through Hamashiach Yahawashi, who gives me strength.
Yeah, who
that's
strengthens
right.
me. Yep. See, so that's the secret.
Yep.
You see, that's the secret. So and that's the secret that everybody wants. You see, but we got it, and that's the secret is going to allow us to actually escape these current conditions, man. You see, that's what when niggas, y'all talking about the money, when niggas get the money, they're trying to escape these conditions.
That's right.
You see, the secret is the Lord. That's how you actually truly escape. Shalom. That's how we actually escape these conditions through YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, not the way of the carnal way. Go ahead, y'all.
It said man's life consists not in the abundance which he possesses. Like you said, they ultimately want life. No, they want salvation. They want peace and rest. They be having all these goddamn.
That's why I take vacations.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I take vacations.
Yeah, trying to get away. That's why Jake what? That's why Jake smoke blunt. Yep. That's why Jake drink all this motherfucking liquor. That's why Jake smoke all these motherfucking cigarettes. You know how mentally fucked up you gotta be to smoke through a box of motherfucking cigarettes in a fucking day? Like how mentally fucked up you, what are you trying to escape? What are you trying to free yourself from? Go ahead, Doc.
They brokenhearted.
Yeah.
That's why they need to come to this good news. That's what it said in Isaiah 61:1. It says to heal the brokenhearted. They get brokenhearted. That's why they go to all these different avenues outside of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the true names of the Father and the Son, just to obtain that comfort, just to obtain that healing.
What he said, the scriptures say they have forgotten their resting place. This what a comfort is. It's in Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the scriptures.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahawah, is upon me, because the Lord have appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Literally, if you go into the word gospel, the true meaning of it, the etymology is literally going to say good tidings, which is what? Good news. So the Lord have put the Spirit on particular men to tell our people the good news of they near reality. Okay, after this wickedness is wiped off the earth and righteousness is established.
Yeah, the good news is that we've been saying it. Matter of fact, one more, and y'all got it. Get Romans 9. That's a part of that good news. Read that real quick before I get back into Isaiah. Go read Romans 9 and 4.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and
Slow down. Read again.
Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and
adoption, right? The coming back into the knowledge, right? The fold, right, of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI. This is the good news that we have we're not going to be consumed. I tell you that in Malachi 3 and 6, the Lord changed not, therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed. So that's a part of the good news that we don't have an end to us. All right, go ahead. That's the adoption. We're being brought back into the fold of the Lord, which means that now we have a chance to live. Go ahead. Right, the glory is the kingdom of heaven. Right, that's the glory. You see, this is all a part of the good news that we have a kingdom promised to us. We don't have we're not gonna be low. This is not what life is. Where we just we gonna teach our children how to go to school and no, this ain't life, man. We're not gonna be in this condition forever. Go ahead. Exactly.
Every Israelite is going to be a celebrity. They trying to be a celebrity now on this side. And when you read throughout the Gospels, it tells you that the only way to obtain some type of status in this society is to bow down to the spiritual demon Satan. You read that when Satan came and tempted the Lord, he said, all of this is in my power, and I give it to whoever bow down to me. And I give them I'll let them partake in my glory if they bow down to me. But we're gonna have the glory in the kingdom, and that's what we telling our people.
I got a precept for you.
It says, and the glory and the covenants.
In the covenants, right? That's the you said the glory, it says the adoption, the glory, and the covenants. Right. So these are all things that pertain to that good news. That's a part of that good news. The covenant. The Lord made an everlasting covenant with us. He attached his name to it so that it could be sure. Right. And then on top of that, he allowed his son to partake in sacrificing his blood so that the covenant can be made sure. You see, the covenant is a part of us living forever. You see, of us being kings and priests. All right, us being a nation of kings and priests. You see what I'm saying? Us upholding the ways of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the ways of the heavens, the things that actually push life into the earth. See, because we had the old covenant and we got the new covenant, and right now we are in between the two. We had the old covenant, which was brought in by Moses, and we got the new covenant, which, like the scripture says, Melchizedek, which is Melchizedek, right? He was the priest in the heavens, which was our dear beloved YAHAWASHI, man. So his priesthood that's in the heavens was before the covenant that was established here on earth, because the scriptures say in Matthew 6, on earth as it is in heaven. The things that happen on earth were supposed to mimic the things in the heavens, right? The priesthood on the earth was supposed to mimic the priesthood in the heavens. You see? So which is why the covenant came through Moses, right? So, but like we're in between two covenants, right? We're in a grace period, a mercy period, and we're transitioning because YAHAWASHI's blood, because that's the new topic right now, the old covenant, we're in the new covenant. YAHAWASHI's blood is ignited the new covenant, and we're transitioning into new covenant, which is going to give us those new bodies. That's what part of the glory of the adoption in the covenants. And read the last one. The law makes us what? Perfect, which allows us to live forever. These are all things that pertain to the good news. Go ahead, Doc.
So going to Levi, it goes back to loyal, which means what? Joined up to me. So the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments to be a witness that we was joined unto him. So once he writes them within our inward parts, we're going to be what? We're going to be joined up to the Lord completely all the time. You're not going to ever break the law, statutes, and commandments in the kingdom. Therefore, you're going to have access to immortality.
Right.
Literally, when you read in Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's the 8th chapter, it say to be allied unto thee is immortality. When you allied to somebody, that means y'all joined together, y'all united. And what's going to unite us with the Heavenly Father? The law, statutes, and commandments being within us.
That's right. That's right. That's Deuteronomy 4. What nation, have the Lord so near to them? It brings a glow on us. It brings light. You know what I'm saying? Right now we have the dark. Go ahead, Doc. Oh, okay, wait, is that in that?
And the promises.
And the promises. The promises is immortality. The promise is that we will never die again. The promise is that we're going to have our opponent, our enemy in subjection. That's a part of the promises. The promises is the kingdom of heaven. The promises is that we would dwell in the bosom of YAHWASHI forever, man. Our children will never, we say, wipe away our tears and all these things. These are all a part of the promises, man. The laws, like you said, the laws will in our inward part, the new bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it talk about all these things, the promises he told Abraham, the promises, right? These those promises have yet to live out on the earth, man. You see, that's what's coming, man. You got it, Shamari.
It's Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. I'm starting 19. It says, the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power, thy glory. And that's not talking about the actual ordinances going to be done away with, because we know the Lord not going to do that. Ordinances is always going to be here. The Lord created ordinances. That's a representation of how the Lord is going to be with his people, man. It's a representation of how this wisdom and knowledge is going to dwell amongst his people as a whole, the whole nation. It says, verse 20, thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Right, in which the Lord is going to write these laws in our inward parts, man. All right, that's the representation of the moon, all right, and the stars and the sun being with us and not withdrawn away from us. The Lord going to write it in our inward parts, man. It's going to be sealed within us, okay, that we're going to be programmed to do righteousness. It says in the days of mourning shall be ended, right? The times of sorrow, the times of death, going off, all that shit is going to be cast away from the nation of Israel. All right, that's going to be something that the heathens is going to have to deal with now, man. Right. It says, verse 21, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branching of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. And the whole nation of Israel is going to be righteous again, man. All right? Through the governing body, which is the elect. All right, and the rest of the nation being brought forth to the seed of the elect. The whole nation of Israel will be righteous again. Then we're totally, completely under that new covenant. That's when we're under the second covenant completely as a whole, man. Like the brothers going into, we're standing in grace between the Old and New Testament, man. The Old and New Covenant. Just one more.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, come.
Verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000.
That's important too. That's a part of that. Our children going to expound. Right, it's Jake limited as hell, and we a nation that's fruitful. When he said afflicted us, the more we grew. So can you imagine when we have the complete liberty, the means to take care of our children and everything in proper order and context? We're gonna fucking multiply times 1,000, man. Go ahead, all right.
That's only possible if you got way more than 5 wives, let alone one. You gotta have many wives in order to have 1,000 children.
And space. Because brother was talking about so that means we got to have the space to occupy these different things, man. Like different things, but mainly we were talking about the children. We got to have the space for these different things. That means that we're going to have some type of riches that's attached to us too. If a little one becoming 1,000, come on, man. That means our children's children is having children. Go ahead, all right.
It says, verse 22, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. The Lord will hasten it in his time.
That's right, and that's what you see happening. The Lord hastening it in his time. Read that real quick, because you have made mention about that. Because YAHWASHI, that's what YAHWASHI is, and that's what he did for us. He became the temple. He became the temple and where we worship. You see, which allowed us back in the good graces of YAHWASHI. It allowed us to worship the Father. Go ahead, read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 23. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of the Most High did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof.
Yep. And right, so he's the will. He's gonna that everlasting spirit. Remember, I tell you about righteousness is immortal in Wisdom Solomon 1:15. So that spirit is gonna be in us, and it's gonna that's the light. That's like you said, the moon. That represent wisdom. That's the wisdom that's gonna actually flourish. And like Apostle Tar said, we're gonna be programmed. The Lord gonna program is gonna be righteous robots. Do you understand? We already programmed to do what we're doing now. Talk about that in Job and many other precepts, like the Lord installed the instructions and all these different things. He's the one that's writing the system, the program. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just to add to you, because Jake's simple, bro. Righteous robots in the sense of you're gonna want to do these things, man. It ain't gonna be no, oh, I'm being controlled from my own will that I gotta be righteous. And no, it's not gonna be like that, man. The scriptures talk about delight thyself. What is that? Psalms 34 is talk about delighting yourself in the ways of the Most High, man. We're gonna be delighted in doing these things, man. We're gonna be delighted that we're programmed and that these is written in our inward parts. First and foremost, that we don't gotta die. We don't gotta go off no more and die, pay the consequence. Jake don't want to do the law, statutes, and commandments, man. It ain't gonna be no held against your will, whole body, force, righteous shit, man.
Showing you this the mark you want. This is the mark you want. About what? Not that tiny technology that these devils coming with. This is the one you want. Because this is the one that's gonna catapult you into life everlasting. You know what I'm saying? The ways of YAHWASHI, you got it.
That's right, Art. Go ahead, Art. With the temple, it say the Lord is the temple of it.
Revelation chapter 21 verse 22. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it.
See, the Lord is the temple. You see, right? He is the temple of it in which we worship. You see, he's the chief cornerstone. You know, he's the building that the refuted. He's the chief cornerstone that the builders refuse.
Yeah, you said it right.
I said it right. So this is the place in which you worship. Psalm 73 and 1 till I went to the sanctuary of the Lord. Then now I understood their end. This is the sanctuary. YAHWASHI. YAHWASHI is the ultimate entity in which allows us to express Yahweh's image. You see, it continues Yahweh's image. You see, so that's the wisdom that's actually gonna be installed as programmed in this, bro, forever, bro. You know, we ain't gonna never, like Apostle Tara said, bro. We ain't gonna go off even if we wanted to. You see, because why? It's a program. It's the program that now is installed in us that is not gonna allow that virus to kick in no more. You see, that's what allows us to go off a virus. We're sick. Viruses bring, you know, spirits and all that. And go back to that, Art. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahawah, is upon me, because the Lord have appointed me to preach good tidings.
See, like y'all kind of hint on that beginning part, and that's what we just talked about. This is the beginning of that. What y'all seeing is the kingdom of heaven. This is a glimpse of what the kingdom is going to consist of. Not us teaching on the streets and all that, but us having this wisdom. Right now, we're teaching on the streets to express the wisdom of YAHWASHI. That's what you see. You're seeing the example of the kingdom of heaven before you, bro. You see, this is what the kingdom gonna consist of: the brotherly love, right? The praising and the worship of YAHWASHI, right? First and foremost, the brotherly love, and so forth, man. Right? Go ahead, Art.
So like you say, the Spirit of the Lord was upon him, letting you know that Isaiah wasn't just going out saying his own words. Same with us. We're not just coming out here saying our own words. We're literally coming out here in the Spirit of the Lord, man. The Spirit of the Lord is what moves us to come out here and interpret these scriptures. It says, because the Lord have appointed me to preach good tidings.
While you appoint someone, you direct them. Yeah, I handpicked you. I'm telling what you got going, and anything coming out your mouth and all that is anything coming out your mouth and all that is like you said, handpicked, select.
Jeremiah, what he said, he said before, I knew thee in the womb. It sanctified thee from the beginning.
Yeah, so the Lord got going is directed from the Lord, man. Go ahead, Art.
It says, because the Lord have appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. See, that's what we're doing. We're binding up the brokenhearted. Who's the brokenhearted? Who's brokenhearted? Israelites, Black, Hispanics, Native, Seminole, Indians. That's the brokenhearted. See, that's the brokenhearted. So the Spirit of the Lord is sealing that up. See, Yahawah is how this is possible. It's bringing it together. It's making it whole again. Right? That's the grafting in. That's the adoption we talked about earlier. Right? Go ahead.
I got some definitions for the word brokenhearted. Similar words. It says brokenhearted, overwhelmed by grief or disappointment.
And that's Jake every day, man. That's Jake every day, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we was talking about this yesterday, man. Like, when we was talking about in the car, like, bro, it don't matter how much you gain in this society, bro. You can have a good set up a gig or job, whatever, get some good money. By the time you even hit the shit, it's like it was never, it's like you was in the first beginning, it's like you never got the shit. Bro, it's an overwhelming. Like, put it in the back of holes. Read that definition again.
It says brokenhearted. It says overwhelmed by grief or disappointment.
We disappointed every day. So relationships, friendships, and jobs, and you think you good, you about to go to the lake, you get a flat tire. You know what I'm saying? You like, fuck it, I'm not gonna let this fuck with me. You go to the lake, get stung by a bee. like it's just like everything around you, bro. On small levels to big levels, bro, it disappoints you, man. You think you about to be good with this month, and then she fucking go commit adultery, man. You know? But
I would say even with food, everything
bro.
You went grocery shopping, you didn't, because somebody bless you, you ain't had to pay that much on the bill, whatever. You went grocery shopping, and now a couple days later, a lot of the shit that you done bought, it got a recall. Now you fucking disappointed. You grieving like, damn, I've been eating this shit. Goddamn watermelon exploded. Last couple days ago when we just camped for the Day of Atonement, afterwards, brothers went to go get some watermelons, and the motherfuckers, because you know you got videos out there with fucking watermelon exploding if you just leave them sitting for. Why the fuck is a watermelon exploding? So we look at the watermelon, and we was talking about it, in the spirit had it to where we look, and one of the goddamn watermelons inside, you know how to be in a box, it was fucking foaming. That's disappointment. Why the fuck is the watermelon? That's because we fucking. The fucking wicked is ruling, man.
You can go to the store. I know every brother go get some strawberries. You get home, them motherfuckers old. Like, nigga, I'm just in the store. And I'm just fresh. I get home. You make a refrigerator. Them bitches got mold on it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, this shit bugged out, but I just spent my hard work, my money on it, bro. That shit, like, I bought 2 packs that cost $6, bro. $7, bro. $7 could have got a whole meal. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you do it. Even though I get home and shit molded, but
even on a larger scale, the disappointment is Esau giving you niggas false hope, man. Here it is, y'all. Esau keep pushing these puppet world leaders in y'all face, promising to lower this and to create this and make this more accessible for the public. And now you got this Kamala Harris talking about, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and all that shit is false hope, man. Because ultimately, they're not telling you, these people not telling you about the real agenda that the elites got going. You know, they're not really telling you about the world, the one world NWO agenda, man. About everybody being hipped up. You know, what's the nigga Carl Schwab? What he say? You will be happy and own nothing. They're not telling you that. They're telling you, well, we gonna do this, we're gonna raise this. You know, so it's gonna be a lot of the real overwhelming and disappointment is gonna happen after whoever get elected, if there is an election, man.
That's the disappointment, because the false hope contains, like you said, the new world, NWO, which like they're pushing it as if everybody gonna benefit. Like,
exactly.
like we connected to the grid of things, you know, people gain some type of riches and prosperity in your life. Right, he pushed conveniency as if it's going to be beneficial for everybody. It is not beneficial. The conveniency is not beneficial. So therefore, it brings disappointment. If a nigga think he going to be able to be convenient and, all right, whatever. I mean, I say some same name, some shit like,
I left my keys at the house. Oh, it's cool. Should I got my seat out?
That hospitals, like from the hospital standpoint, I did a video on it. What you say? I left my wallet. I did a video on the hospital shit. The girl was in her She was inside of her home, and the doctor was able to visit her in her home via the system, and he was able to diagnose her in her home. You got people that's bedridden that can't leave their home. That's convenient for them. You see, what it's gonna bring disappointment, because why? What's the disappointment for you, Israelites? Destruction. You see, judgment. That's the disappointment, man. You see, on the grand scheme of things. You see, so no matter how you look at it, which way you go, this life is a burdensome. It brings disappointment. Go ahead. If you side with Esau or you don't side with Esau, it's a disappointment. That's why this way of living gotta go completely. Go ahead. I'll finish that up.
And that shows that this man thinks he's God. Right? That shows that he wants to be God. That's why the scripture says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all who was called God, man. But finishing out this Isaiah 61, in the latter part, it says, to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Right. It says to proclaim, right? We're claiming something that before it happened, right? What we're claiming is the kingdom of heaven. Pro means before. We're claiming something before it happened. You know? So we're claiming, what was that last part? Proclaim what?
It says proclaim to the captives.
Right. We're proclaiming. Go ahead, finish it. It's to the captives.
It says to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Right. We're telling you that freedom is coming to the captives before it even happened. Right now, these niggas think they free, so they don't know that they're shocked. But we're telling you that before it happened, we're telling you that actual freedom is coming, which is liberty. Freedom is coming to the ones that are captive, man. You see, if a nigga can't go buy have his own land, his own cattle, his own slaves or servants, right? Multiple women do, and move at will, right? In righteousness, then you're captive, man. I don't care how you look at it, man. You're captive, man. You know, if you gotta have a license to fish, you gotta have a license to drive, if you gotta have a license to motherfucking have a relationship, you gotta have a license in Esau society to have a relationship. You know, to do anything in this society, you gotta have a license to prove that you can do this. If you gotta do that, then you're captive.
And just to add to you, the scriptures say that the truth shall make you free, right? In which that's the only source of freedom you're gonna get here in America while we on this soil. That's hence the Lord sending the comforter, man. This doctrine that we call the truth is what we're giving you so that you can at least free your mind in this place, man, until you be free from your flesh, till you be free from this captivity under the hand of Esau. 2/3 of our people feel like they already got the breakdown, man.
Verse 2, Isaiah 61 and 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power.
That's what it's bringing. You know,
GMS.
Great millstone. So bring it back, guys.
Isaiah 61 and verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Right, so that's what's coming. The destruction is going to be synonymous. The salvation is synonymous with the destruction. It's going to happen simultaneously. When the destruction comes, salvation comes. It's going to happen like this, like night and day. When the sun go down, the moon come up. Like this, day go down, night come up. It's going to be a transition of power. And this is what we're proclaiming. We're standing for it happen, that the acceptable year, which is the day of the Lord, and his kingdom being manifested on this playing field, the earth, is coming to the ones that are captive.
Clear example, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, that nigga's captive, right? He asking the wrong fucking questions, man. Why don't you just come up here and inquire of the Lord, bro? You know what I'm saying? Here it is. You just marked yourself. If you don't repent and eventually come down here, okay, and acquire the Heavenly Father, here it is. You just marked yourself for destruction, man. Here it is. We just talked about bringing out this truth to do what? Proclaiming it to those that be captive. That nigga captive. We all captive, all right? But he don't got the truth, obviously. So the point being, why not come up and inquire?
Right.
Why not come up and, you know what I'm saying, really get to, so that was just a clear example, man, of what the brother was just literally going into.
Yeah, so he not set free. He not set free.
He just kept himself in captivity.
Yeah, he's still captive. Physically, he's still captive, but mentally not. That's what the captivity is about this time. The mental captivity. We're not mentally captive. Yeah, we're not mentally captive, bro. See,
Right.
the Spirit allowed us to be loose of the bonds and allowed us to be free from Esau's agenda, man. If you free from his agenda, bro, you won't uphold his agenda, man. You see, you won't get judged with his agenda, bro. You see? What? Was I different, man?
On that verse 9. I did 20. Let us say such as our escape. Like you said, we still captive physically, still need license. We can't fucking leave the country unless we got a passport. We need permission to do certain things. But one thing we don't need permission to do is to believe on the Lord, call on the Lord, to apply the scriptures every day to the best of our ability. Why? Because we have escaped the mindset that the separate clan white man, Esau, Edom, begin as a wicked elite. The agenda they push, we have escaped that agenda.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20, it says, and it shall come to pass.
Jump up some more.
It says, Isaiah 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel,
The remnant, meaning the remainder, after the greater part no longer exists, because the Lord is about to cut off majority of his people because they still in captivity to these devils willingly. They got Stockholm syndrome. They came to the point where they prefer their oppressors to be pressing down on them, even though the Lord is telling them, no, come back to me. You ain't gonna have to worry about being oppressed mentally. Okay, but so it's talking about the remnant. They're the only one that's gonna escape the stronghold of this wicked ass, this present evil world. Got it.
reading on, it says, and such as are escaped from the house
Go ahead.
of Jacob.
You see, and such as are escaped from the house of Jacob. This is a great escape. This is the greatest prison break to ever take place known to man. Because if you still calling on cheese and rice, if you submitting to the doctrine of Islam, joining hands in hands with the Islamic people and all these different doctrines outside of what the scriptures say, your ass is in captivity. You know, and if you come into the realization of the truth and you start to apply it, then that's you breaking forth from that prison. So this is the greatest prison break known to man. Got it.
Reading on, it says, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
And when you follow and subscribing to these doctrines that the heathen push to you, that Esau, Edom push to you, that this present evil world push to you, that's you depending on it. Because it said we're going to no longer stay upon him that smote us. Talk about who? These separate claim white men. Okay, to stay upon something meaning to depend on it for support. So we'll come to a point where the remnant, okay, the small number of the nation of Israel will no longer depend in the agenda that he's pushing. So what would they depend on? Got it.
Reading on, it says, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
You see, they will no longer depend on the agenda and the different avenues it gives you, okay, be it a separate claim white man, but rather they would depend on the trust in YAHWASHI. Because when society crashed, being a goddamn Muslim not gonna guarantee you safety. Calling on cheese and rice, we seen that with Saya Massey. She got her fucking head split for calling on cheese and rice. So that's not gonna save you. So what's gonna save you? Depending on YAHWASHI. And that's what the remnant is gonna do.
I got something for you. This is just a Google definition of what is Stockholm syndrome. It says Stockholm syndrome is a psychological condition that describes when a victim of abuse or captivity develops a bond with their abuser or captor.
It's a psychological condition. Psychological meaning it's dealing with your mind. So it's a mental thing to the point where, can you read it one more time?
Yeah, it says a psychological condition that describes when a victim of abuse or captivity.
A victim of abuse or captivity. Is that not what the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man been going through for the past hundreds of years? Abuse and captivity. You had chattel slavery. Okay, you had, even during the 50s, the 1900s, they could still being abused. You had the segregation laws and so on and so forth. That shit's still happening right now.
And if I may just add to the word condition, meaning they done condition you niggas to love this kind of thing. They done condition you niggas to love the society and everything it breeds. You've literally been conditioned to love your oppressor in the way he oppresses you. Got that?
It says some characteristics of Stockholm syndrome include positive feelings. Victims may victims may feel sympathy, love, or empathy for their captor.
That's why the fucking out of all the heathen, the #1 heathen Jake always trying to make sure they get salvation is the self-proclaimed white man. Why? Because they got Stockholm syndrome. They not niggas with they call themselves Israelites teaching false doctrine. They not teaching that, oh, you gotta save the Moabite, you gotta save the Ammonite, you gotta save the Edomite. No, they always go for the Edomite, which is a self-proclaimed white man. Why? Because that's that Stockholm syndrome. They said they may. It said, read it again.
It says, victims may feel sympathy, love, or empathy for their captor.
Meaning the person that got them in captivity. The same motherfucker that was beating you down, that was beating the shit out of you, and then in front of your woman, and then go rape your woman right after in front of your children. The same man that was doing that is the same man Jake want to save.
That's why women, they like that going like intimacy. They like that choking, whips and shit. They like being held bondage. Like this is supposed to be an intimate. Like why you like it like this? Like that's crazy. Because it comes from their oppressor. See, that's how you know. That's another thing that proves reincarnation too. Like, cause she knew, but why she liked this all of a sudden? Because like this is what she was getting. That was probably what was getting done to her in captivity, getting put down by her oppressor. Right? They're showing you that that's another part of that Stockholm syndrome. You know, our women like that condition, man. They be into that freaky weird ass shit, man.
Yeah, they be in that shit too. It says negative feelings. Victims may develop negative feelings toward the police or authorities. And you see that with the niggas, right? A whole nigga motto is fuck 12, fuck the police. And then what does he become? He becomes unruly, right? He becomes a delinquent, so to speak. Yeah. And that's what you got. 2/3 of our people are delinquents. And Esau have made 2/3 of our people more rebellious against the higher power. The scriptures say, what's that? Romans 13th chapter. Is the Lord is the one who set up the higher power. You're supposed to obey the powers that be, you know, while certain things that you can do, certain laws you're supposed to keep, man. All right. You're supposed to obey the laws that be, because ultimately the Lord set that up. So you ultimately following the Lord by, you know, following the powers that be. But 2/3 of our people are fucking rebellious as fuck, man.
They can tell you ain't got shit but stay black and die. Guess what? A lot of you motherfuckers are getting ready to die because you refuse to be joined to YAHWAH and YAHWAH.
Right. That's why you got Kia boys and all these different delinquent activity. It says another characteristic. It says attachment. Victims may form an attachment to their captor and feel loyal to them.
Not my Jesus.
Hey, look, the same shit happened on Good Time. When the Lord of Heaven, when they tried to take white Jesus off the wall, and Michael was breaking down the scriptures, Michael would let him know where this ain't how he looked, ain't the way he said look in the Bible, Mom. And look, and she actually agreed.
She did.
She agreed, but she still wouldn't take white Jesus off the wall. So no, our people know, man. And they do what they want to do, man. It's like,
and that's how y'all bugged out and revolting and going like the scripture our people are, because they will bring out the scriptures to certain of our people, and they agree with every point until you tell them that our Lord and Savior of the world ignorantly and incorrectly called Jesus Christ was the black man. That's the one thing they would not, they put out that shit.
Nope. You might beat the concept of having servants out of the mind of the Israelite. The Israelite is naturally by birth a prince. Okay, kings and princesses have servants under them, and Esau beat that concept out of Israel. Now Israel, when they hear these concepts, they're like, "Oh, no, you know." Even though it's in the Bible, we can read the verse, and they still be like, "No, hell no." Okay? So the point is that Esau has conditioned the mind of the people and formed it the way he wants, man. See the way they dress, what they eat. They eat the abominations of the earth as a delicacy. See? Right, as a man thinks, so is he. So showing you that their concepts is death, meaning that's how they think in the way of death, man. Right? Which is Esau Edom. He is as death. You know? But
two more characteristics. It says survival mechanism. Some researchers believe Stockholm syndrome is a survival mechanism that helps victims meditate
mitigate further harm.
Y'all ever seen Money Heist? Brother seen the series, the show on Netflix, Money Heist? Y'all, brother, Money Heist. You seen that? You seen the whole thing through? I watched it like 3 times.
I was speeding to submission.
Yeah, we watched it. Yeah, we watched it together. So, but it was binge watching that, but it was good. It had its ups and downs. It's too emotional. But the point is that remember when they called her Stockholm?
Yep.
The chick that she was working the bank, it was robbing the bank, but they ended up that was her name given to her, which was Stockholm, because she fell in love with one of the robbers, and she said she just read it was supposed to be like a survival tactic at first,
Yeah.
but then it came to pass that she was getting popped by the dude, and they started to fall in love, and then all this other shit. He even started taking care of the baby that wasn't his. So the point is that she thought that was a survival tactic. You know what I'm saying? But as you see how dangerous that is,
Yeah.
because they ended up becoming real. She ended up actually falling in love with this nigga, and they became boy, and she started robbing niggas. The next heist, she was a part of the heist. You see, so that's Israel. The next heist, Israel's a part of. Israel had Israel captive, man.
Right. And in other words, that's where you get your coons from. Your coons, yeah, your Sambos and shit. Your step and fetchits, yeah. Yeah, one more, just one more. It says similar to similar to PTSD, symptoms of Stockholm syndrome are similar to post-traumatic stress disorder and include flashbacks, anxiety, and trouble.
That's good because it's like in the art. On our research just went past that baby here or baby something. So that's the spirit, because that's what happened when you're in the army. Like when it's a traumatic experience. It's something traumatic. So when something triggers it, it triggers you. Like no matter what you're doing, it'll trigger you. Like it's like that's what he said. But it's a trigger. You know, it's a trigger that no matter what you're doing. Like my uncle was like that, watching TV and boom, a loud noise on the television, he dropped into the ground. He could be eating or whatever. That's what's going on with Israel. Meaning what? It's enchantments on you Israelites, bro. You see, it spells on you Israelites. That's what that's saying.
Yeah, it just say including flashbacks, anxiety, and trouble concentrating.
You know,
Outside of the elect, the remnant, they constantly experiencing that anxiety, but that's them worrying. I forgot the other words. It say anxiety, trouble concentrating. They can't focus on shit they doing because they constantly got to worry about whether or not they're gonna be fucking pulled over, whether or not somebody will call the police on them. You're gonna get demonized and stereotyped. You can't even focus on trying to be a man.
See, I like that. And see, that's what you saying, that PTSD, that the flashback. See, our flashback is the scripture. What the Lord said He's gonna do, stir up our pure minds by way of remembering. Now, like the brother said, now we focus on being men again. We proving ourselves men, like the scriptures say. We bringing it into our mind, walking according to the ways of YAHWASHI. We ain't worried about the demonizations or what the fuck somebody gonna do or do to us. Because what? Yahweh, the Most High, gave us insight into it. And it gave us that insight that the persecution gonna come. All these things are gonna happen. We ain't trying to save our life. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand if you try to save your life, you're gonna lose it. That was another one of the definitions. That's self-preservation. You feel what I'm saying? We understand now we got to lose our life. You know what I'm saying? For what? For HaMashiach YAHWASHI. And then we're gonna find it. What? In the kingdom of heaven. For all the things that we see and that we want, because don't get it confused. We got shit that we be wanting and we desire, but we willing to wait for it. We know and understand that YAHWASHI YAHWASHI finna give us abundance. We don't have to labor for it. It's gonna be freely given to us because of the labor and the work that we're putting in right now.
It said flashbacks.
Yep.
That's another thing that proved reincarnation, because it say flashbacks.
Yeah, it did. Flashbacks.
Right. Stockholm syndrome. So like when damn.
You said that proved reincarnation, the flashbacks.
Reincarnation because the Bible, you know, when the Bible is being taught, like, and the spirit is having flashbacks of what was taking place during that. Because Esau, he weaponized the scriptures. for his advantage. You know, he got a slave Bible and things and such, and he use it, and he certain jakes into submission with our very own word, with our very own book, man. See, and through the spirit, they have flashbacks. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know what it is, so they react to it. They push it away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They push the scriptures away, like, no, hell no, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because Esau beat that concept into their mind and in their spirit. Go ahead, all right?
I'm saying that's all by design. When you read the Willie Lynch letter, you know, they ain't mentioned that particular that point of them using the slave Bible, but they mentioned the point of if you constantly do this to them, then they're gonna teach their children to submit to this, and their children gonna teach their children to submit to this. Then generations later, they're gonna be doing this shit naturally.
Right.
Just work for him.
Now to the point where now to the point where a majority of our people got damn Bible sitting in their house and they never read not one fucking page in the Bible.
But they believe in it though.
Yeah, but they believe in it.
Right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 66. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. Right, and this is talking about Israel, man, going into captivity. And they're going to be worried about being put to death, man. This is why sometimes when Jake get pulled over, Jake might be sweating like a motherfucker. He ain't got nothing, man. He ain't got nothing on him. He ain't even fucking around, but Jake's sweating like hell, man. Right?
Yo, oppressor can do something.
Right.
He gonna plant something on you.
That's
You know what I'm saying? He like you talking about you like he like give you show proof of your insurance. He like this. He like you reaching for a gun. I'm damn if I do it, my name. So now you got Jake trying to defend himself. You get Jake getting shot up because they like nigga nah fuck all that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
First shit boiled out, bro.
And it comes from that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say because that what y'all saying remind me of that movie, Rebel Ridge. And one of the characteristics that I read is you got some that rebel. They rebel against the authorities and police, right? That's what one of the characteristics said. He will be considered one of them, right? Because in that movie, I don't want to tell it, he was being apprehended by dirty cops, man. All right. And his special skill set that he had was the elders and apostles recommend. All right. The special skill set that he had allowed him to subdue his enemies for that time period. Okay, and he was able to escape certain situations, man. You know, but the point being was he was rebelling because he was being apprehended by motherfucking he was being apprehended by the authorities. Esau, he wasn't even doing shit.
There's an actual scene in there where they pulled him over. This is after the first encounter they had with him, second, third, it don't matter. But they pulled him over, and they know damn well he don't got nothing. Okay, but guess what? The nigga, he did what? He looking in the car. They thought Esau Edom is. And he threw a gun in the car to DL gun, and he got to shooting at him. Because Esau Edom, he do shit like that, like the brother was going into. That's why our life hang in doubt. We know we could be flying clean, you know, flying straight, have a clean slate. But this devil, he gonna fucking demonize you, try to fucking persecute you, hunt you down, and then make it look like you was the bad guy.
Yeah, that's the spirit. The guilt, like, he gonna count us amongst the guilty. Yeah, we should talk about that. Yeah, right. He living a righteous and straight life, and he gonna categorize us with the guilty. See, but we're the innocent. See, and that's what he do. See, because he the guilty. You know, any nigga being on charge, any nigga in trial, they doing anything so they don't gotta go to jail. Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 35 and verse 7. It says, "For without cause have they hid for me their net in the pit." Which
without cause, have they hid their net in the pit? Without cause, they have no proof that we did it. You see, but they still somehow we still caught up in their trap.
Yeah.
You see, like you talk about the gun, he can throw the gun in the back. I could watch him do the shit, but because he's an authority, right? He has a status in society. It's his word against mine. What say?
Fear of the Lamb on the shirt.
You know?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm read again. Psalm 35 and 7. "For without cause have they hid from me their net in the pit." And what's the pit? That's talking about the society. Okay, Jake is deep inside this motherfucker. We can't get out unless somebody pull us out. If we're gonna pull us out, YAHWASHI. But even with us being held captive in America, it's still different traps and snares within America.
Come on, man. Everywhere we go, bro, like, I'm just driving. And nigga just about to run a light, coming like, God damn, nigga. Everywhere you go in America, your life is hanging. It's a potential of unaliveness, bro.
Valley of the shadow of death.
Bro, we got in Cleveland, we got a street called Dead Man's Curve. Why do Dead Man's Curve exist? Like, why do this exist? Why like that shit is crazy. Something called Dead Man Curves exists. Why don't you just change the curve? Why don't you just change the structure of the street? See, but going to the point is that everywhere in Babylon is dangerous. Everywhere. If I'm living a good life, next thing you know, I've personally witnessed. I've been arrested multiple times off shit I didn't do. I could have still been in jail right now. So it's just like, even if you living a good life, nigga, like, you could still be punished as if you was doing the shit that they could accusing you of. That is bugged out, bro. So that's the pit. And the net, this traps is set up in this pit.
Yeah. And one of his main nets that he about to use, you see it in the movie Afraid, you know, in other movies. Like, technology is AI. The deep fakes, they can copy your voice, they can copy your appearance, your whole body, and put you at a, bro, it says, which without cause they have did for my soul. That's what they doing. They trying to destroy Jake. And it begins with the men of the Lord, the ones that's a threat. You know? Fix that out. That just run 28.
It's Deuteronomy 28, verse 67. Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night.
Thou shalt fear day and night. When the sun came up, your ass was worrying about what could happen to you once you leave the house. Even while you in the house, you got to worry about something. Why? And it's mainly the wicked of our people, because they don't got the Lord on their side, so they constantly got to worry about the judgment that comes from being wicked.
It says, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
None assurance, meaning no confidence. Jake is not fully, Jake ain't got no persuasion that they gonna make it to the next day.
Yep.
That's why they
Let
carry
alone make our own shit. Right.
See, that's why every Jake got a sword on. They carry it no matter what. But they're not sure they're gonna make it home. You know, and the kingdom of heaven is gonna be peace. How is this? How you can have anything in Esau's world, but you're still not at peace? Make it make sense. In the kingdom of YAHAWASHI, we're gonna have everything. He said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, things the Lord have prepared for those who love him. He said, we're gonna have everything we want. Just like y'all niggas got everything y'all want, we're gonna have everything we want, but we're gonna be at peace.
Right.
I'm not gonna have to have my sword on me.
Right.
You see? But
even to the point where, like what brothers bring out, even to the point where you got black mothers and black fathers that raise their children, and they be nervous when I know he gotta leave home and go to school. I know he gotta go to work. I know he gotta go hustle and make his money. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't sure my son gonna make it home because of how the society is built towards the Israelite man. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah, kind. Niggas trying to threaten and shoot up elementary school.
Yeah, kind.
That's bugged out.
But look though, or even like the Amazon driver in Henderson, it's Henderson, North Carolina, somewhere in North Carolina. An Amazon worker they hug him on the side of the road up in the tree.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They hung him in the tree. You know what I'm saying? So you got, these are the things that, like, when black men need their home, they worry about. Or you got them, they worry about while we walk around with these still looks on our face. The motherfucker, I don't know what you up to. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But see, us under the vibration and under the spirit of power, YAHAWASHI, we don't feel those things because we understand our lives is in the hand of YAHAWASHI.
You understand?
Who's in control? That's right. I had this precept. This is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 7. And it reads, it said, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privy set against the poor. Who's the poor? The Negro, Latino, Native, Simeon. The chosen people of YAHAWASHI. That's who he set his eyes upon. That's who he looking to trip up. That's who he looking to fall. Because right, when you read Psalms 83rd chapter, we the ones he confederate against anyway. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. He's constantly coming up against you. The laws that he signed, it's ultimately all these things are the vibes against the Israelites. It isn't to affect anybody else outside of the Israelites.
And if I could add to you, that's the characteristic of Esau.
That's right.
They say that he dwelled in the lurking places when he was Cain. That nigga did what? He took him in the cut. He went in the cut and did that dirty ass, that wicked ass act. When Esau devised to slay his brother Jacob when his father died, he did that shit privately, man. He didn't tell no, he did that shit privately, kept it in his heart, man. You know, and the spirit had to reveal it to Rebecca, all right, to tell Jacob to flee, man. So it's in, hey man, you think about the fucking 1800s, early 1900s, Esau used to take Jake in the woods and do all type of rituals in the woods with the burning of the cross, had a group of Jakes hanging on the tree, which with that account you just brought up with the Amazon driver, the family of that person, that young man, they doing an investigation because the police authorities, they talking about, well, wasn't no foul play, there wasn't no dirty work involved. Yeah. How is it no dirty work? How is it no foul play when you got a nigga hanging off a tree? That's a clear indication of who killed that person or what race killed that person, man.
They said that he went to Walmart or whatever the case was. They said he bought the rope and hung himself.
Bro, that's an Edomite lie. That's a dumbass lie.
Yeah, come on, man. Read verse 7 again. John, this Psalm 10:7. It says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Because he passed different laws, like Jake can lawfully go get a goddamn firearm, but if a police pull you over with that same firearm that you got lawfully,
you got paperwork for,
they will gun your ass down. That's his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Because there's no way that you can win in your enemy society.
Hold on, now. You have your hands on the steering wheel. You just trying to be safe. You'll let them know. Yeah. Like, look, Mr. Officer, I got a gun. Gun! Boom, 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 boom. I'm letting you know I got it with my hands on the steering wheel. But you trying to tell me I pose a threat. The only thing that poses a threat to these fucking devils is the color of our skin.
Yeah. Like the brother mentioned, he gave an example earlier. This nigga got lost. You gotta have your license and registration and proof of insurance in the car. But yet, when they pull you over, they gonna tell you you got it. When you reach for it, they gun your ass down. That's like you reach for a weapon. Yeah. So it's all fraudulent behavior, like the other Mark always say.
And walk up to his white buddy. Yeah, man, it scared me, man. He reached, man. I could have sworn he was reaching for a gun and he was doing something, man. I just saw him reach, man. So I just had to protect myself, man. Telling you that they feel for their life, but motherfucker, you got a taser, a baton, and a fucking gun.
Back up.
But you, back up. These motherfuckers, you one motherfucker, they pull up 10 cars deep. But you feel for your life. They'll beat the living shit out of you, and they got your hands behind your back and got you detained, but they still kicking your ass. To show you how much these devils hate you motherfucking Jakes, man, but y'all want to love the oppressor, Stockholm Syndrome. You can't tell them that they going into slavery.
Nigga got cuffs on, he a threat. I got cuffs on, nigga, I'm a threat. I ain't got no hands. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no hands.
Okay, you keep me full on that.
Time. In Psalms 10:8, he said he sitteth in the liquor place of the villages.
In the liquor place of the villages could be anywhere in the city where a fucking police car is stationed at, waiting on a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man to drive past.
Right there. Like, God damn, nigga. What's the area right there on the freeway? Not Opportunity. Going towards my house. Now what's that shit, man? There's an area right there. Everybody making memes and shit about it. Nigga be behind the tree with his
Newburgh.
He be behind the tree with his car. Like the tree. This car like this. This car point out, the back point out. With the nigga behind the tree.
Wait, no change.
Not only that, you got the nigga. He take his car to the top of the thing. He get out his car and he's standing behind the tree with his shit like this. Lurking places. That nigga in the lurking places, bro. He's behind trees trying to catch you up.
Did Jake be so fucking bad? Jake, as soon as he gets from car, Jake and he ain't got shit else better to do, man. Cause that's all they do is fuck with Jake. They posted up in a low income area because that's them villages too. Posted up in them secrets, posted up in the neighborhood, fucking with Jake all day long. You feel what I'm saying? You see, just Salaki, go ahead.
No, Salaki me.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna answer your point because
no, you got it.
And it's because boom, Jake get money in society, and then now everybody got nice cars and shit now, right? At one point in time, back in the day, growing up, we don't never see Jake with a lot of nice cars. You had a separation. Now you got Jake with nice cars. Why Esau gave you that purse, that gift, right? But then Here you are with a nice car. He'll pull you over because you a nigga driving a nice car.
Yeah.
He set you up with the nice, so-called nice shit that you got, but then he'll condemn you for having this shit.
Hold
Oh,
on.
you ain't supposed to be here. You ain't supposed to live in this neighborhood. Then you all got a big ass crib, but this nigga, you the problem. Like there's a complaint. He'll pull up to your crib because you a Jake and say you the problem, but nigga, it's the problem down the street with the Edomites, nigga. I ain't the problem. I'm sipping lemonade, watching the game, and here you are knocking on my door.
Don't get caught riding 4 deep. Don't get caught riding 5 deep. Whole family in the car because ain't nobody else got no car but you. Or they damn so stop you. And they all in the back seat. Can I license and registration ID, please? You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. Yeah, God. Come on, man.
Black Lightning.
Going back into it though, it says he sitteth in the naked places of the villages and the secret places doeth he murder. They're innocent.
And also on the spiritual sense, let's talk about that these different secret councils they can have in the different forums, the different ascendant meetings, summit meetings. They pass laws to help cast down the Israelite man, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man. Okay, that's why I said in secret places doth he murder the innocent, because technically we innocent. You passed the law that I can do this, so why the fuck is you persecuting me for?
Yep. It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He do catch the poor when he draw him into his net.
And the net is what? The different traps within this system.
Yep.
Okay, and Jake they fall right into the trap. They get the guns, and even more so, they trust in the technology, they trust in the government, and he drawing them into this trap. Why? Just so he can murder them, as we read in the previous verse.
It said, verse 10, it says he croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his stones.
But what the scripture saying on the book of Sirach, it says though he go crouching and he humbleth himself, even though he may make it seem like he your friend, he not your enemy.
Yep.
Okay, but in end all be all, he actually trying to do harm unto you.
Yep.
It said by his strong ones, which that's gonna be the truth. You know, because Jake doing this and that in this society and trusting in it, but when the truths roll on you, you're not gonna give a damn what type of nigga you was, what type of Puerto Rican you was, what type of Latin, and so on and so forth. They're not gonna care about none of that.
Crouching, you mentioned that crouching. Yeah, you know, lions crouch. Crouch when they play. You can't see the nigga, and the next thing you know, he jumping on your ass.
And I'm gonna tell you a thing about a lion too. When you study these different Animal Planet channels, one thing about lions is lions don't just like to catch their prey and kill it. Like lions, they like to play with the prey. You feel what I'm saying? That's why when you see these motherfuckers jump behind you, they'll be done followed you 3, 4, and 5 blocks. You be like, goddamn, nigga gonna pull me over or what? You feel what I'm saying? Toying with you and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
It did nigga right. Like,
yeah.
Damn, you like, man, you get scared and shit. You sitting up straight in the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? You prepared for this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you see this nigga turn off. You're like, you bitch ass nigga, bro. Like, bro. Go ahead, all right.
John, this verse 11, Psalms 10 and 11. He has said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten. He hid in his face, he will never see it. And that's the thing, they think the children of Israel are going to be forsaken. They think the ones that the Most High has chosen, he's going to forsake it. That's why when they get ready to come with this new trap, this MOT to the B, they think the Most High going to forget us in the hour of temptation. But you are sadly mistaken, you motherfucking Edomite.
This camp was edifying before we close out. I give all praise, honor, and glory.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honor to our elder apostles and other bishops, great millstone. The truth and well. Shalom to the hope of the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.